Let's learn how to draw an isometric projection. Uh, and we can do this as our eighth exercise. We are supposed to draw the isometric projection of these objects that we draw the multi-view projection in our seventh exercise. There are some certain rules in order to draw the isometric projection. We are going to learn them step by step. But we should know that if we want to create an isometric projection of an object, we need the upper view of that object first. We are going to do the isometric projection by using the upper view of that object. So we take the upper view here, and for this exercise, we can use another A4 paper, and we can divide this A4 paper into four rectangles, four areas. But please use your vertical line to divide this paper. But you should position your vertical line according to these distances in millimeter. So from the left edge of your paper, you can measure 11 centimeters to draw a vertical line so that you will be able to divide this area into two columns. And by finding the middle part of this height here, you can draw a horizontal line so that you will have four areas on this paper. And we are going to use this part of the paper for this exercise, for our F8 exercise. And we are going to start by drawing the upper view in a different position with different angles here. And we can start by this point here. As you can remember, this is the upper view of our square horizontal plane. And on top of it, there is this rectangular prism. So we can start by finding a spot on this area. We can measure 5.5 centimeters and find this middle point of this line and go up for 3 centimeters. And this point here will indicate the corner point of our horizontal plane here. And after that, we need to draw this line here for 6 centimeters, this line of this plane by using our continuous lines. However, we need to go for barely visible thin and gray lines because we are creating a base for our isometric projection by using these guiding lines. By using this point that we just indicated, we need to start from this point and go for 60 millimeters by using a 30-degree angle here. So here you can do it like this if you want. You can use your set square and you can position it like this by using this 30-degree angle here. As you can remember, you get two angles, 30-degree and 60-degree. And this is the part where your numbers are. So you can position it over your T-square by overlapping this side here on this line so that you can create a thin line going upwards like this for some length. It doesn't matter right now. After that, you can change the position of your set square and you can turn it over like this so that you will have the numbers on this side and you will be able to calculate, to measure 60 centimeters over here, and that will be your first line. So you can use this side to measure 60 millimeters, and that will be your line. And after that, we need to draw this line in a similar way. We can start from this point here, that one here, and go for 60 millimeters again in this angle for 30 degrees. And after that, we need to complete the square by using parallel lines. Each one are 60 millimeters in their true size. So this is our square plane here. I just get a little bit closer so we will be able to see it in a better way. After that, we need to draw the rest of the upper view. We can draw this prism's upper view, the purple surface. So I need these lengths here. This is the 4 centimeter length. This is the 2 centimeter width, and it is positioned with 1 centimeter gap and 2 centimeter gap here. So I just need to measure 2 centimeters up here, find this spot, and then I need to measure 1 more centimeter towards this direction, but I need to go parallel to this line. It needs to be parallel to this line. I find this corner, and it is this corner of this rectangle that I find. After that, I can measure for 2 centimeters on this direction and create this line here, and then I can measure for 4 centimeters up here to create this line and close the rectangle by using thin and gray lines. And that is the upper view of this prism. After that, I can draw these profile projecting lines. I just need to remember the length and their position again. But this time, since I am creating a guidance for myself, I don't need to leave the gap anymore because this is not the final drawing. And similarly, I need to draw what is inside the box by remembering the length and other properties. But I don't need to do dashed lines. I am still using thin and gray guiding lines for myself. And once I finished everything with the upper view, that means that I completed my first step and I can go further for the second step of the application. For this step, I need heights. And this is the drawing that I can use to remember. I need to remember that the height of this prism is 3 centimeters, and by using again gray and thin lines, I need to draw 3 centimeter vertical lines that originates from every corner of this rectangle, and draw another rectangle for the prism here. And for the inside of the cube, first I need to remember that there is a 2 millimeter thick base surface. So I need to elevate all these lines for 2 millimeters because this is the actual position of these lines. They are standing on the bottom surface of this box. And after that, I need to draw the height of this inner edges, which is 2 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 4 millimeter lesser than 3 centimeters. That means their height are 26 millimeters. And this is the 2 millimeter thick edges of this cube. After that, I can draw the height of the cube. That is 1 centimeter. And horizontal projecting lines at the bottom of the box here. And this means that I completed my second step, which is the heights. After that, I can move on to my third step and my final step. This time, I need to use my middle thickness, middle darkness lines to emphasize the edges of the lines that I am seeing when I am looking to the system at this direction here. I need to use continuous lines and middle thickness, middle darkness lines, which means that I am going to redraw by using these guiding lines here. But I need to consider that these are the lines that I am seeing, and these rest of the lines are being blocked by the prism. So I am effectuating the edges of the prism. And again, for the things that are being blocked by the prism's sides, I am using the dashed lines that I already did, as I already did. These dashed lines with middle thickness, middle darkness lines, I need to avoid this confusion here. I am using middle thickness, middle darkness, but dashed lines, and that is all. And here, this is important. If you want, you can indicate these lines as well, since they are being blocked by the prism. I need to do the dashed lines as well, but I prefer not to indicate them because it will be too much information and there will be a confusion for people who are going to see this drawing. They will be confused. They cannot be able to understand what's going on if I give too much information. It won't be wrong technically, but you may cause a confusion by giving too much information. So this is my preference, not to give them. I decide to give just one blocked object and not go for further 2 times. And after that, I can do the coloring. And please do not erase your guiding lines. They need to stay put like this. That is the reason why we are doing them barely visible. You don't need to erase them. They are your guiding lines and they need to be put like this. And this is the isometric projection and how it is done.